Today we're going back to the 80s. A different time, a different place. A time of airfix models and Jetpack spaceman. What a time! And today's hero of heliocentric space is Bruce McCandless. Bruce is in his white astronaut outfit on the right hand side as we look at it. And as you can see, Bruce is getting on a bit, even back then, doing his mission before he donned the famous Jetpack outfit and entered into heliocentric space. Bruce is quite clear to see is getting on a bit. So fair play to Bruce. So let's look back. Let's go all the way back into time, back to the 80s. Space shuttles, airfix models, and of course, the incredible Jetpack man that is Bruce McCandless. Let's have a look. Let's check out Bruce here in this first shot as he does a flyby Namibia, which strangely enough seems to be taking up about a third of the so-called globe Earth. Of course, we know it's GoPro, but let's have a look at Bruce do an incredible flyby first of all. What a boy! What a legend.
The maiden voyage of the Manned Maneuvering Unit, the MMU, had begun.
Well, that may have been one small step for Neil, but it's a heck of a big leap for me.
Roger, copy that, Rick.
For the first time in history, a man was flying in space, alone and untethered, in full control of his movements, traveling over 17,000 miles an hour, 150 miles above the Earth.
We sure have a nice flying machine here.
Yeah, did you hear his voice? He's travelling supposedly 17,000 miles an hour, independently of the space shuttle, right? In a spacesuit with a jetpack on it, essentially travelling over 9 times faster than a speeding bullet, right? Testing this space equipment, this jetpack out for the first time. And let's listen to him.
In space, alone and untethered, in full control of his movements, traveling over 17,000 miles an hour, 150 miles above the Earth.
We sure have a nice flying machine here.
Cool as a cucumber. He's in his 50s or nearly 50, travelling over 17,000 miles an hour. Now, if he was to remain level on a ball, Bruce here, based on an hour, I think this EVA was 5 hours, 55 minutes long. Obviously, I didn't expect him to be 5 hours away from the spacecraft. But let's assume Bruce was an hour away from the spacecraft, untethered in his jetpack here, right? Travelling at 17,000 miles an hour. According to the Globe Maths, based on the Earth Curve calculator, which struggles at bigger distances, admittedly. But just to get some basic averages, according to that, he'd be encountering ridiculous amounts of curvature per hour. So if he was travelling at 17,000 miles an hour around supposedly globe Earth, right? Travelling at 9 times faster than a speeding bullet in this space suit stroke jetpack, okay? Every second, on average, Bruce would have to drop 3.7 miles per second whilst travelling 17,000 miles an hour to remain level going round a ball on his orbit. And listen to him. Let's watch him again.
Over 17,000 miles an hour, 150 miles
He's travelling 17,000 miles an hour, 150 miles above the Earth, supposedly. Now listen to how calm Bruce is.
above the Earth.
We sure have a nice flying machine here.
Who are you trying to fool, Bruce? Have a word. Bruce is supposedly doing 17,000 miles an hour, dropping on average about 3 miles a second to remain level round the ball. And here he is, in his 50s or late 40s. We sure got a nice flying machine here. Ridiculous, Bruce. Once more, before I show you something else.
Small step for Neil, but it's a heck of a big leap for me.
Roger, copy that, Rick.
For the first time in
Now remember, these are supposed to be travelling 9 times faster than the speeding bullet and dropping approximately 3 miles per second to remain in some kind of level orbit around the globe Earth.
history, a man was flying in space, alone and untethered, in full control of his movements, traveling over 17,000 miles an hour, 150 miles above the Earth.
We sure have a nice flying machine here.
What a boy! Incredible, Bruce! And what makes this even more incredible is when we go here. Bear with me. This is a simulation of the space junk going from 57 up. Let's see what sort of junk Bruce was encountering while he was doing 17,000 mile an hour around a ball. Should we have a look? Let's have a look. So Bruce was doing 17,000 miles an hour around a ball, dropping on average 3 miles per second, and somehow avoiding all of that around a globe Earth. Can you not see how ridiculous all of this heliocentric space is? I've been saying it for years. It's all one big silly pantomime to get you to believe in things that are scientifically impossible. It's there just to trigger your imagination on some kind of level, but when you add discernment and look at this stuff with any kind of logic, it's obviously nonsense. The globe's scientifically impossible anyway. Add to that Bruce doing 17,000 mile an hour round a ball in his jetpack, calm as you like, and then having to encounter supposedly all that. Have a word.